They call it a gift. But to you, INFJ, this gift has never felt like one. It feels like a weight on your shoulders, a burden on your chest, a silent scream in your throat. This uncanny ability you have to read the invisible, to feel what others hide, to see behind the mask they don't even know they're wearing, to sense the lie beneath the smile, to hear the pain inside the laughter, to recognize the breaking point in a whisper that no one else would ever hear. This is your gift. And this is why they fear you. The INFJ gift that feels like a threat, why people fear your insight. One, the gift that nobody understands. From the outside, you're quiet. You're gentle. You're reserved. Maybe even a little mysterious. But inside you, there's a radar constantly scanning relational frequencies, emotional vibrations, and spoken truths. While most people walk through the world focused on the surface of things, what someone says, how they appear, what they do, you, INFJ, walk through the same world like a silent empathic sponge, absorbing nuances, storing energetic data, calculating emotions with frightening accuracy. And here's the terrifying part for them. You're usually right. And when you know something without being told, when you name the elephant in the room, when you bring truth to the surface that others have been desperately trying to bury, something strange happens. They don't thank you. They don't honor you. They fear you. Because your insight becomes a mirror. And most people can't look into that mirror without feeling threatened. You've exposed the part of them they were trying to keep hidden, even from themselves. And this is when your gift turns into your curse. To the invisible war against intuition. The INFJ's intuition isn't loud. It doesn't demand a stage. It doesn't shout to be heard. But it whispers with such accuracy that it slices through deception like a blade through silk. You've always known things before they were confirmed. You've always predicted the ending while everyone else was still caught in the opening scene. And even as a child, you noticed patterns in people that you couldn't yet explain. The thing is, people want to be understood. But not fully understood. They want to be seen, but not completely seen. They want you to see the version of them they've worked so hard to curate, not the hidden chambers of pain, contradiction, or insecurity they've tried to lock away. But your INFJ gift doesn't ask permission. It just knows. And so, you find yourself at war with the people you were trying to help, ostracized by the ones you were trying to love, rejected for the very insights that were meant to protect them. Your gift feels like a threat. To them. And sometimes, to you. 3. Why your presence disrupts power structures. There's something deeply unsettling to those who seek control, when you walk into a room and instantly dismantle the illusion they've worked so hard to build. The narcissist can't charm you. The manipulator can't confuse you. The fraud can't hide from you. And so you, INFJ, become the silent threat in environments where image is more important than integrity. In workplaces where politics matter more than people, you become the unspoken danger, because your mere presence holds a mirror to dishonesty. You're the one who knows when the manager's team spirit is performative. You're the one who senses when someone is being scapegoated. You're the one who knows when the leader is more interested in power than people. And you don't need evidence to feel it. You just know. And when you know, they feel exposed. Because in your presence, their mask begins to crack. But instead of dealing with their shadows, they'll label you difficult. They'll call you too sensitive. They'll say you're overreacting. Not because you're wrong, but because you're right, and that threatens them. 4. When truth becomes dangerous. Here's the paradox. INFJs don't seek conflict. You want harmony. You crave peace. You dream of connection so deep that words aren't necessary, just energy, just presence, just resonance. But truth is your currency. And authenticity is your oxygen. So when you're in a space where truth is denied, faked, or buried, you suffocate. And eventually, you speak. Quietly, but clearly. Not to hurt, but to heal. Not to destroy, but to realign. And that's when everything shifts. Because now you've challenged the unspoken rules. Now you've disturbed the peace that was actually built on lies. Now your truth is dangerous. Because truth threatens control. Truth unravels illusions. Truth demands accountability. And that makes you, the INFJ, not just different, but dangerous to the systems, people, and environments that fear realness more than anything else. 5. The cost of being right. You've lost friends, not because you hurt them, but because you saw them. You've lost jobs, not because you failed, but because you saw the failures of the system. You've been ghosted, ignored, blamed, not because you were cruel, but because your gift made others feel seen. Too seen. You've walked into relationships hoping for depth, and walked out because you were drowning in superficiality. You've begged yourself to stop caring so much, to stop feeling so deeply, to just turn it off, but you can't. Because this isn't a skill. This is your nature. This is your essence. Being right has never felt like winning. Because being right often comes with isolation. And INFJ, you've felt that exile more than once, rejected by those you would have died for, abandoned by those you tried to save, misunderstood by those who never saw the war you were fighting in silence. This is the cost of your gift. And yet, you wouldn't trade it. Because deep down, even in your heartbreak, you know. This is who you are. And this is why you're here. 6. When your gift becomes your power. But here's what they didn't expect: you didn't just survive their rejection. You grew from it. Your insight, once feared, became wisdom. Your intuition, once mocked, became your navigation system. Your ability to read people, once treated as a threat, became your superpower. Because you finally stopped apologizing for being deep in a shallow world. You stopped dimming your light to comfort those addicted to darkness. You stopped shrinking your truth to fit into their lies. And in that moment, INFJ, your gift became your power. Not because the world changed, but because you did. You realized that being misunderstood doesn't mean you're broken. It means you're different. And different is divine. You realized that if people fear what they don't understand, let them fear. Let them whisper. Let them walk away. Because your gift is no longer up for debate. It's not a problem. It's a purpose. 7. The INFJ's true role. You're not here to fit in. You're not here to play small. You're not here to validate people's illusions. You're here to awaken. To disrupt. To heal. To see the world, not as it pretends to be, but as it truly is. And then, to make it better. Yes, they may misunderstand you. Yes, they may reject you. Yes, they may fear the truth that lives inside your bones. But never forget, you are the mirror. The catalyst. The unshakable soul that reminds others of the truth they're afraid to remember. So walk tall. Speak softly. Feel deeply. Love fiercely. And when they ask why your presence feels like a threat, smile gently. And say, because I see what you're hiding. To the INFJ watching this, you're not too much. You're not too deep. You're not too intense. You're exactly what the world needs. And though your gift may feel like a threat to those who don't yet understand, to those who do, you are a sanctuary, a lighthouse, a rare and radiant soul. Own your power. Trust your knowing. Protect your peace. And never again apologize for being everything that you are. Stay safe, and see you in the next one.